Good morning, everybody. It's a rainy morning here in Myrtle Beach, so we're trying to find something indoors to do, which brought us to the Ripley's Aquarium. We are going to show you around the aquarium all the stuff there is to do and all the fish and animals you can see inside. Let's go check this place out. I do like the entrance. They got a lot of cool like waterfall type things, very modern looking building, brightly colored. Some fun photo ops near the waterfalls too, where you can get your picture with like the sign that says Ripley's Aquarium, things like that. All right, let's go check out what's inside. Outside the aquarium, there's some really cool chalk art too, with this big shark guy biting through the cement. Always important to, when you go to a zoo or aquarium, make sure they're associated with they're AZA qualified, as that, that tends to mean that they do the best things possible for the animals. Also, I suggest buying your tickets online. We got in this big giant line, went to their website and bought tickets right away. So definitely buy your tickets online. It'll save you some time as you're waiting here. I think it saves you like $2 too. So when you come to the aquarium, you get this big tank right here with a whole bunch of little tiny fish. And then you meet with this sort of grand lobby area, which I guess takes you to all the different attractions that you can see here in the aquarium. We're going to show you those attractions as we go, but kind of an interesting entrance. Up next, Rainbow Rock. Here we've got red lionfish in a cool exhibit because they've got like a submarine or ship type door. And they've got a ton of lionfish too. And these guys, they are beautiful fish.
Say cheese, quiet.
And here is Rainbow Rock, which is a gorgeous, gigantic floor-to-ceiling aquarium with, there must be hundreds of fish in here. I love these guys. Those are the unicorn fish. Those are really cool. And it's just, it's kind of just, it's mesmerizing. Like, it's the kind of thing, like, if there was I could sit here with a beer and watch it all day, because it's cool. So here at the Rainbow Rock, they do a diver show where they have somebody go in there and feed the fish, and all the fish kind of follow them around. You also have a gentleman here with a microphone who will tell you all about the fish and stuff like that. So kind of neat. I love how the fish tend to follow this person, as all the fish are right there, and none of the fish are over here. We are now in the shark tunnel type area, and it's not as impressive as you would think, because it's sort of like, it's not like SeaWorld or something like that where the tunnel goes all the way around you. It's kind of like a half shark tunnel. You do go on a moving pathway to get up close to the animals. Little baby sharks. I mean, it is cool. You do get sort of the sharks right on top of you effect. But not one of the cooler shark tunnels. But it looks like it goes on for quite a while. So maybe it'll get better. Guys, I take back what I said earlier. The pathway keeps going, and then you get to the real SeaWorld type shark tunnel where they are on both sides of you, and it's really neat because it's very long, and there's lots of sharks, big sharks. Turn this on when the shark comes closer. Swimming right by. It's a pretty long tunnel. Look at those teeth. Guys, the shark tunnel just got better because swimming over sees a giant sea turtle. He is gigantic too. He's got to be a good 4 feet. That's Gabby. 4.5 feet by 3 feet and 300 pounds. Hanging out with sharks. Gotta love sea turtles. Kidding when I said we're saying goodbye to the movie pathway, as it keeps going on forever and ever. This has to be at least a 10-minute experience. which is really cool.
Those fish feed off the
And you can sort of see the where we were earlier over there. Really, really great design of this. You know, you don't have the problem with people hogging the tank for animals you want to see because it keeps moving. You get to see everything. It's a very nice long experience. Apparently there's a sunken ship here in the middle of the exhibit. Very, very cool. Definitely a highlight so far of what we've seen. And I can't stress the size of some of these sharks are massive. I mean, that guy there has to be 8 to 9 feet. Very, very big shark. Now, as an upcharge attraction, they have a glass bottom boat. Also gives you a weird view of these people. And I think it's like $10 or so, but there's the glass bottom boat adventure. So if you want to see the fish from a different angle on this very weird cube-shaped boat, you can do that. Here's a better shot of what that glass bottom boat looks like. It's kind of neat that you do have somebody telling you all about the fish as you go on your voyage. But still probably kind of silly. See the logo and entrance for it is over there. And we finally reached the end of the moving pathway. Actually, the ending takes us through a different, smaller aquarium with some spotted moray eels among some other fish. Anyway, this the moving pathway experience here was really, really cool. Probably the best moving pathway experience I've ever seen. As far as that, like, I've been on moving pathways past better aquariums, like in Atlanta, but this definitely is the longest one I've ever seen, and it works really, really well. Here in the middle, you do have a tank exhibit where you could touch a small shark or a horseshoe crab or things like that, which is a really cool idea for kids. And this is in the middle of the big atrium area. I've touched sharks before, so not something I need to do, but definitely neat for the kids. This is something a lot of aquariums don't show you. It's sort of a behind-the-scenes look at what it takes to run the filtration systems in the tanks to make things like the dangerous reef, which is that big giant Walter exhibit, how that all goes. It's really kind of neat. As a huge dork, I enjoy this. All that equipment. Guys, I love this photo op here. You get first of all, pufferfish are cool, and second of all, you get a picture in a giant Ripley's aquarium clam. Like, that is an awesome photo op. Guys, so over here in Ray Bay, they do a show with the mermaids. So they have these mermaid ladies swimming around with sharks and rays. I will give you a heads up, the show fills up very quickly. We are watching from a side area, but if you want to see the show from the proper viewing area, get there about a half an hour early, as there's limited viewing and it does fill up rather quickly. Over here there's a stingray touch tank experience, which is cool because you get to touch big time stingrays too, and also you can feed them. You can feed them for $3. So you never fed a stingray before. That's really kind of freaky because they sort of suck the fish from you with their little mouths. Also, you can get a weird view of the mermaids, the top side of mermaids, which just looks like people. To go check out here at the aquarium is Planet Jellies, which is kind of neat. I love how you enter through this like multicolored rainbow tunnel. Kind of reminds me of a much smaller version of the one we used to have at the Imagination Pavilion over at Epcot. Let's go see some jellyfish. Jellyfish are always kind of mesmerizing to watch. And I think it makes it even more mesmerizing because they use mirrors to make it look like they have way more tanks than they do. A type of jellyfish I haven't seen before, the upside down jellyfish. Again, just like it's right side up ones. It's kind of mesmerizing to watch them all do their thing. I've never seen in an aquarium. That is the Touch a Jellyfish exhibit, which is interesting because you want to avoid touching the tentacles because they could sting you. Like I know I've been growing up on Long Island, you always never wanted to touch the jellyfish when it was jellyfish season at Jones Beach because they could sting you. But definitely an interesting experience for kids. You know, not something you get to do in a lot of the aquariums. Another neat part over here, they got a little tiny aquarium showing you the jellyfishes at all different stages of their life cycle. And here Molly's going to speed up or slow down the video using that dial. Slow. Now really fast. Slow. And really, really fast.
That's really cool.
That's fun. I like this. Super speed. Much larger jellyfish over here with Pacific sea nettles. Kind of hard to get a good image of them because they're kind of backlit. But definitely interesting. Over here, underneath these giant inflatable jellyfish, is a snack bar and a kids soft play zone. The next exhibit is the Living Gallery, and guys, the entrance here is awesome. You see this big shadowy type thing, but if you look up, the shadows you see are like small stingrays. Oh yeah, it's such an awesome entrance. Really cool. Here you've got the copper rockfish, but I think what the star of the show is these, I don't even know what you call them, like sea urchin type coral things. Honestly, they look like something out of Avatar Land we have back home in Disney World. So this tank has a guy in there, and I think he's going around and feeding these things.
Feeding them.
Which is cool. That's really, really neat. Definitely something I've never seen before. Also, this is your typical Finding Nemo tank that all aquariums must have, combining the clownfish with a blue tag. But I think this is really neat. The aquarium is home to a northern Pacific octopus, which are really cool animals when they're moving around. He's kind of curled up in a ball, which is actually kind of interesting. Normally you see them in like a corner, but he has all his tentacles tangled up all together, which is kind of neat, but it doesn't give you the greatest view, but different from a lot of the ones I've seen. Here's the weedy sea dragon, which are definitely some of the strangest animals we see in any zoo or aquarium. Seahorses are cool. They swim really funny. Look at them go. And there's a cool pufferfish in here. He's like a ball. Green iguana over here. Ripley slime, which is a changeable exhibit, which means this probably shovels around to different Ripley's aquarium. Let's go check this out. Here we have a mata turtle. There's a couple of them. Also in this exhibit there's lungfish, which are really cool animals, but they're sort of hiding right now. But lungfish are really cool. But these turtles, they're really cool too. The lungfish came out to play, so I had to get him on camera. How cool is he? So here we have the Ceridium toad, which is a really interesting animal. Oh, there he goes. He's very, very flat. And like one of the weirdest toads I've ever seen. So that's a really, really interesting animal. Like he's playing with like the turtles and stuff with his little tiny fingers. Also in here you've got some discus fish, which are pretty. But that toad's the star of the show. This guy's cool. This is a tree frog. Looks just like the Rainforest Cafe logo guy. They've got some interactive stuff in this area too, like the slime defense to show you how a hagfish leaps with clogs of gill-clogging goo that chokes its attacker, and you find out by pulling this lever, and there's slime. It's not an aquarium without clownfish. Guys, I love this. They've got a tadpole exhibit where you can sort of see him becoming and turning into a frog. How cool is that? And then of course you've got the frogs after they became frogs. Listen, right up there saying, "Hey, I'm a frog." But that's really cool. Look how many of them they have. This is a very, very neat exhibit. This is also something you don't see in a ton of aquariums either. So that guy's like mid-transformation right there. So that's really neat. I like this a lot. Here we've got the Pac-Man frog, named for the exact reason you might think that when you look at it from the front, it kind of looks like Pac-Man. Next up is the Caribbean spiny lobster, who are really cool animals, and they have a bunch of them too. So you've got like one on this rock over here, and you can see him moving around with his little feet. Get a shot of this guy. A little dark, but you can sort of see him there. But it's cool because they have so many of them. And one random fish. Here's the green moray eel.
Which is actually blue.
Which is actually blue, according to this sign over here.
Hey, no, look at this thing.
Oh, that's cool. They got like a screen. That screen is really neat. Anyway, back to the actual animals.
It's gotta be.
Got these guys here, which are they're really kind of pretty animals.
I don't know.
They're kind of ugly. I'm not sure. Take it for what you will. Also love how they're tangled up in the rocks. Keeping along with the slime theme, here is the soapfish, which while it sounds nice and cool, they release when they're scared, they secrete a toxic mucus that can kill other fish. That's crazy. So that'll do it for slime. A lot of smaller exhibits, but a lot of really, really cool animals and different animals, and you get to learn things about their animal defense and stuff like that, so it's actually a really neat exhibit. Over here is a tank for the Amazon animals with the red piranhas, who look really evil in that picture. Well, when you look at them down there, they don't look nearly as evil. I always find the piranhas are not very interesting animals in the zoos unless you get to see them eat, and then they're really, really cool. The much more interesting thing in this tank would be this guy over here, this small alligator or crocodile. I'm not sure which because it doesn't have a sign for him, but he's neat. On the other side of the Amazon tank is this guy, a ripsaw catfish, who's a really cool animal. Compare his size to that small child there. You can tell he's a very big fish. And you got a couple other guys. Also kind of a neat exhibit here. You got some waterfalls and that kind of thing. Let's sneak to the other side and see what we could see. Oh man, look at these guys. They are also cool. They're like giant piranhas, but they're not piranhas, they're hipotingas. And you also have a little girl and a giant catfish. Neat tank. Of course they have to have a gift shop. And there's Shark and Night t-shirts, Sea Avengers t-shirts, Jurassic Shark, Captain America shark. Oh, it's hilarious. I do like this. $2 from every Turtle Trek t-shirt sold goes to Sea Turtle Preservation and Rehabilitation. I think that's really good. Congrats to you, Ripley's Aquarium. That's a good thing you're doing. Guys, and that will do it for our time here at the Ripley's Aquarium here in Myrtle Beach at the Broadway at the beach. And I had fun. We were here for about an hour and a half, 2 hours or so. And it cost about $25 to get in. The best part for me was definitely that giant shark tank moving tunnel. That was really, really cool. I think if you have little girls, they would really like the mermaid show. I also really like the tadpole exhibit, as that's not something you would see often. I will say get here early. We got here at 10. It opens, I think, at 9. And by now, it's about 11:45. And look at this giant line to get into that moving shark tank area.
It is summer, but it's a weekday.
It is a weekday. And we got here, it was drizzling. It looks nicer out now. So if you're going to do this, definitely try and get here earlier. We slept in, we had a really long drive, but had we known we were coming, I think I definitely would have tried to get here at 9 o'clock, because aquariums, when they're not busy, are wonderful. Aquariums, when they are very busy, is kind of headache-inducing. I will say another cool thing. Molly, show off the book they give you when you come in.
It's a souvenir book, and it has the
souvenir
map.
Guidebook with the map.
And then it tells you each area and what animals and facts about each animal in each of the areas.
Yeah, which is great. Allows you to learn a lot about the animals and stuff
And
like
then
that.
at the end, there's games for kids.
There we go. All right, so I think that's cool. A nice little souvenir guidebook. And that'll do it, guys. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comment about the Ripley's Aquarium, leave them in the comment section below. I give it a thumbs up. I would say it's probably worth my $25. And probably worth your time here at Myrtle Beach, especially if you're stuck in Myrtle Beach on a bad weather day, but I would say get here early. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos, and we'll see you next time.